The tale of how Zephyr Ratigan, Kavor Wavebinder, Rowan Duskrunner, Mumbo Errol, and Cosmatus Wildwood came together to form an adventuring party is as intricate and shadow-laden as each of their own backstories. Ratigan was the first thread in this web of fate. As a rogue and professor of arcane lore, he found himself increasingly interested in the dark side of alchemical science, a discipline scarcely known outside specialized circles. This intellectual curiosity led him to unearth the works of Kavor Wavebinder, a disgraced alchemist expelled from the Simic Combine. Ratigan saw in Kavor's work a rare brilliance, albeit a dangerous one, that dovetailed perfectly with his own roguish talents. He noticed patterns that aligned with some of the forbidden tomes he had secretly copied from long-forgotten libraries. Driven by the idea that someone else also tread the fragile line between brilliance and madness, Ratigan sought out Kavor in a dimly lit, forsaken village. Their initial meeting was one of mutual suspicion, but undeniable recognition of each other's formidable talents. Kavor's alchemical prowess complemented Ratigan's expertise in arcane artifacts, and the partnership began with the shared goal of unraveling arcane secrets that lay beyond the boundaries of law and morality. As they ventured from place to place, their dealings inevitably brought them into the criminal underworld. Here, they encountered Rowan Duskrunner, an elite infiltrator and killer whose skills had become the stuff of whispered legends. Rowan's swift movements and lethal expertise with a rapier caught their attention. When Rowan, driven ever deeper by his own internal conflicts and samurai code, sought sensitive lore that could either honor or curse his martial path, Ratigan and Kavor offered him the knowledge he craved, in exchange for his uncanny abilities in combat and infiltration. The trio's combined actions drew the interest and ire of Mumbo Errol, a Shadarkai illusionist whose mace was as sharp as his dark wit. Mumbo had sensed their growing influence and saw in them both a potential threat and an opportunity for grander chaos than he could conjure alone. Intrigued by the intricate manipulations and deep knowledge Kavor and Ratigan wielded, Mumbo offered his services as a spectacular illusionist, concealing their movement and weaving illusions that left their enemies bewildered and defeated before they could even draw a blade. The alliance was both strategic and showmanship, each intrigued by the ways the others bent reality to their will. As if drawn by destiny, the final piece came in the form of Cosmatus Wildwood, a dark elf sorcerer wielding the raw, malleable power of shadows. Cosmatus had been casting his net wider in search of willing or unwitting subjects for his dark experiments. Learning of the peculiar band of rogue intellects, assassins, and illusionists, the dark elf saw an alignment of purpose. He wielded his noble background as a mask, concealing his darker ambitions, while his sorcerous power offered the group a broader range of arcane capabilities. Their first collective endeavor was almost happenstance, an incidental alignment of personal vendettas and mutual benefit. A small, ancient town had fallen under the control of a malevolent artifact, spreading sickness and despair. The town was also a focal point for ancient arcane secrets that both Kavor and Ratigan sought to exploit. Rowan had a contract on the criminal warlord who coveted the artifact. Mumbo was interested in the spectacle of misery and salvation, and Cosmatus, ever the merchant of fear, saw potential test subjects in the afflicted populace. After a tense negotiation and a mutual recognition of each other's strengths and motives, the five combined their unique talents to confront the menace. Kavor's alchemical concoctions neutralized the magical blight. Ratigan's roguish finesse bypassed intricate locks and traps. Rowan's lethal precision dealt with the criminal warlord. Mumbo's illusions created diversions and masked their true intentions. And Cosmatus's shadowy powers added an unpredictably terrifying dimension to the campaign. The mission was a success, a synchrony of their disparate abilities, affirming that together they were far more formidable than alone. However, it was a tenuous alliance, bound by delicate strands of mutual gain, personal ambitions, and the tantalizing lure of forbidden knowledge and power. Each member harbors his own dark motives, yet it is this sinister, complex, and volatile web that holds their party together. An adventuring squadron teetering on the edge of heroism and villainy, where each twist and turn of fate only serves to tighten the bonds that tether them to their shared, if perilous, destiny.